Gervanta Davis, AB, Adrian Broner. Okay, listen. I mean, I'm not crazy about reporting on this or making a video or whatever, but a lot of people out there are asking me about it, and I figured why not. I mean, I do have a little bit of inside information, but I mean, look. I'll break it down and tell you what's going on. I mean, number one, what I don't like, I don't like this new generation of high school drama. It's like a bunch of high school girls. Like you said this and she said that. No, my best friend told. It's just like this drama, and I don't like it. But what I do like is let's get down to boxing, right? The potential matchup that can come out of all the drama. So, but I've kind of got to tell you what's going on in order to get to, the important part of the potential matchups, like what might come of all this. So all right, look, Gervonta Davis, Tank, they call him Tank. And by the way, his coach nicknamed him Tank because he's got a little body, or I'm sorry, a big body and a little head like an army tank. So a lot of people are saying, oh, it's because he fights like a tank. Well, no, it's just because the shape of his body. So but him and Adrian Broner just going at it. I'm sure you guys have heard about or seen the video that came out. You got Davis, Gervonta Davis, basically saying, Adrian Broner talking all this shit about me, and then he'll call me the next day like nothing's wrong, like everything's cool, But these two have bad blood, and really, I'm probably going to side with Adrian Broner on this because Adrian Broner, he's trying to start his promotion company about billions, right? He wants to be a promoter now. And, hey, honestly, I can't blame the guy because, he can't seem to take boxing serious. So, he might as well do something with all that money other than just blow it, right? So, when these boxers, when they start, going on these like business ventures or, making some kind of like sound investment, I'm all for it. So, I think it's, not a bad thing that, he wants to do his own promotion company. Okay, so Adrian Broner kind of introduces Gervonta Davis to Mayweather. Okay, and Broner kind of is bringing this kid up. Right now he's 23 years. He was born in 1994. I think he's like 23. At the time, he was 21 years old, and Adrian Broner kind of took him under his wing. He was basically a gym rat. He's in the gym, and he had a couple of fights at that time, but he's basically just a gym rat at the time. And so Adrian Broner, they always had kind of the handshake deal, like I'm going to start my promotion company, and you can sign with me. So long story short, Mayweather snatches him up, right? So Mayweather snatches him up, and then you got Davis telling Broner, or Broner telling Davis rather, that Mayweather, he don't even like you. He's basically using you. They're trying to find the next Mayweather. We all know what it is. They're trying to discover who is going to be the next cash cow. Like a Mayweather, or a Pacquiao, or a Canelo, or whoever. They're everyone is like, every promoter is just desperate to get that cash cow. Now, look, here's what should happen. Okay, this is what should. First of all, Davis, instead of calling out guys like Tavin Farmer, 24 4 losses. I don't know if you've seen the video of that. They're in the mall yelling at each other. Instead of calling out a guy like him, he's completely ignoring the man in his division, which is this guy here, Loma. I mean, both guys at 130 pounds, so, it's like, but here, Davis is real careful to keep Loma's name out of his mouth. Very careful, because I think they know that Loma's about to move up. Because really, honestly, I don't think Lomachenko and his team want to deal with Mayweather or Adrian Broner or none of these guys, and other than that, there's not really too many appealing matchups out there to make. So, I think that's another reason Loma is wanting to move up. I mean, just to on a professional level, just to deal with people that have the maturity of above a 15-year-old. To be honest with you, because that's what's going on here. These guys are just going back and forth, and it's crazy. And Davis, Now we all know May 20th, or maybe you don't know, he's got a fight coming up with Leanne Welsh. So right? I mean, it's crazy. Right now, he needs to be worried about that fight, the Leanne Welsh fight, and stop worrying about all this he said, she said nonsense. Because, like I said, it's a bunch of drama. But at the helm, at the wheel of all the drama, is this man right here. I mean, you got Mayweather, kind of behind all of it, really, and so during the Liam Welsh press event, they're over in the UK, and everybody's there. The press is there. Welsh and his team. Every Frank Warren, they're all there, and of course Mayweather and his crew, they're all late as hell. I mean, like late as hell. So finally, which was, by the way, I mean, just incredibly disrespectful, and just it's really fucked up. Okay, so they're late as hell. Everybody's standing around waiting on them, like like everybody else has shit to do. So he goes to UK. Finally they show up and do their press event, and during that press event, they're all they keep talking about this Adrian Broner situation, and what's his name, Farmer, Tavin Farmer, so it's just crazy. It's like they're all just kind of bickering back and forth, and and I'm hoping, my hope is this isn't the future of boxing right here, because they say this kid here, Gervanta Davis, he's the future of boxing, and I just, I'm really hoping that's not the case, because I mean, he's already like tainted by Mayweather. You can see, like, if you go back and watch any video of him, like when he was a little bit younger, around 18, 19, he was like a cool, down to earth, humble type dude, and now he's and what is it with all these guys that they get that Mayweather, what do you call it, stutter, yeah, that stammer, they get that he's starting to talk like Mayweather, act like Mayweather. It's just like, and it's kind of funny, because if you watch a video with Davis and Adrian Broner, I mean, they both sound like Mayweather. Like, if you go back, like he was doing an interview, right? And he was like, yeah, talking about like the sport of boxing. He's like, yeah, I like, I love the sport of boxing, and now he's like, he does that, and then, like, instead of saying sport, he's like sport, he puts like an SH in front of it, just like Mayweather, the sport of boxing, that's how Mayweather pronounces that, with that H, so you can see, like, his entire speech has changed, his attitude, his demeanor, his personality, I mean, his vibe, everything is like morphed into Mayweather, and it's just, we don't need, man, like, I mean, I was like so happy when this dude retired, but now these other guys, they look up to him. I mean, even Davis said, Mayweather's a god to me. He's like, Floyd Mayweather, he's a god to me. That's what he said, and I'm just sitting there thinking, like, man, like that like, that's not, that's not the route you want to take, but it looks like that's what's going to happen. I guess, and I wondered that, back whenever we were all talking about Mayweather retiring, we all wondered, like, what is the future of boxing? What does it hold, and who's it going to be? But now I can already kind of see what's happening. Mayweather, he wants to find another Mayweather, to look like him, act like him, talk like him. When after Davis, he won the belt from, damn, I can't think of his name. Pedraza, what's his name? Pedraza, whatever. Jose Pedraza, something like that. It was the IBF. Okay, so Davis wins the IBF, and then they flew to Dubai on a private jet. Got a bunch of hookers and shit. Went to Dubai to celebrate the victory. Which, all right, cool, whatever, I get it. But it's just like they're trying to. First of all, they're living above their means, because he didn't make shit in that fight. It's just, I don't know. I mean, to me, boxing is like a gentleman's sport, and we don't need all this high school drama and all this bullshit that's going on, because that's all it is, a bunch of high school drama, and if there's anybody out there that likes that kind of shit, this kind of, I guess this channel's not for you, maybe a 78 or a Deontay's Boxing Nation is a little more your speed, because, we're just not like that, I'm about boxing here, and like I said, I like a good, a good clash or a good rivalry, I like that, sure, but this here, I mean, this is just some high school shit. I mean, it's just some female high school bullshit right here. I mean, you should. I could barely make it through the interviews. They're just like, well, he texted my girlfriend, and my girlfriend, her best friend, told me that he said this, and then this one time I was over there at the gym, and he looked at me funny, and I went up to, I was just like, oh my god. I mean, it sounds like children bickering, you know. And I'm like, you know, I'm back in my mind thinking like, is this the future of boxing? Is this it, right? Am I looking at the future of boxing? You know, I mean, it's terrifying. I mean, if it is, I don't want any part of it. You know, I mean, damn. You know, so we'll see. We'll see what like I said, what should happen. You know, I think Davis needs to focus on, you know, that Liam Welsh fight coming up on May 20th over there in the UK. You know, I think Adrian Broner, you know, either get serious with boxing or do your promotion, you know, become a promoter, whatever, you know. But what's probably going to happen, Adrian Broner is probably going to sign Tavin Farmer, because that's what I've already heard. And I'll tell you now, I'm pretty sure Farmer is going to sign with AB Promotions. And then, you know, you're going to have a Tavin Farmer and a Gervanta Davis fight coming up soon. I mean, that's probably what's going to happen, you know, so... And as far as, you know, Davis fighting Adrian Broner, you know, he's too small. Like I said, the dude's 130 pounds. You know, Broner is a light welter. So, you know, I don't think that'll ever happen. But, so, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, now look, I'll give you guys a little tidbit. You know what? I'm going to save it for my next video. I got some good inside information. I'm going to save it for my next video. So, all right, guys, you know, leave your comment below. I mean... what do you think about this mess? I mean, and really, you guys got to give me a pass, because I didn't even want to talk about this, you know, but I just kind of felt obligated. So, you know, leave your comment below. What do you think? I mean, it's just, you know, these guys need to grow the hell up.